Despite the transfer window being closed and it being a very underwhelming one for the Reds, transfers are still being talked about. In today's video, we have some huge Liverpool transfer news after the latest Fabrizio Romano update. We will talk about this in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so as always, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Trent Alexander-Arnold was back in Liverpool training on Tuesday on the eve of the Merseyside derby in a boost to his chances of involvement at Everton. Alexander-Arnold, who has missed the last 2 games with a thigh injury, has stepped up his recovery work in recent days and could be in contention on Wednesday night. Speaking ahead of Liverpool's final trip to Goodison Park, Arne Slot explained that his right back has done parts of training sessions with us and he would see how he is today. A late call was expected on Alexander-Arnold's involvement against Everton, and an update on Tuesday afternoon suggests he will be available. The number 66 was part of the Liverpool squad working outdoors at the AXA training centre, which included ball work with the rest of his teammates. Neither Joe Gomez nor Tyler Morton were with the group as they nurse hamstring and shoulder injuries respectively, though they are expected to be the Reds' only absentees. There could be a question mark over Darwin Nunez, not spotted in the official photos after his partner gave birth to their second child last week, but the Uruguayan already returned from Spain to be part of the squad against Plymouth on Sunday. It stands to reason that Connor Bradley will start at right back on Wednesday, regardless of Alexander-Arnold's fitness having been rested at the weekend. But it is possible that Slot's first choice can take a place on the bench as his return from a short-term layoff is carefully managed. Slot is expected to make at least 10 changes to his starting lineup from the 1-0 loss at Plymouth, with all of his key players set to start. Alisson will take over from Koeman Kelleher behind a likely back 4 of Bradley, Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister should be the go-to midfield with Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo on either wing and one of Nunez or Luis Diaz up front. Diaz played the full 90 minutes in the cup defeat after Nunez's late return to the squad, doing so alongside Diogo Jota and Federico Chiesa as all 3 senior attackers misfired. Now in some huge Liverpool transfer news, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Darwin Nunez was on the verge of joining Al Nassr in his latest tweet. The reliable football journalist posted on X saying Al Nassr made 2 bids for Darwin Nunez in January. Financial agreement was very close between all parties involved. Then Liverpool rejected, no replacement, no plans to overpay, respect for slot plans, busy summer ahead. The January transfer window often brings unexpected opportunities due to its short time frame, allowing clubs to react more quickly compared to the slower pace of the summer window. This was the case with Darwin Nunez in one of the biggest yet quietest transfer stories of the month. Al Nassr, under the guidance of head coach Stefano Pioli, made 2 official bids to Liverpool for Nunez, hoping to bring him in as a number 9 to play alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Al Nassr's pursuit was serious, with their second proposal reaching over €75 million plus add-ons similar to what they spent on signing John Duran from Aston Villa. Sources close to the deal confirmed that talks between Nunez and Al Nassr were well advanced, covering contract details and salary terms. It wasn't just a casual approach. The Saudi club made significant progress and felt confident about securing Nunez's approval before continuing negotiations with Liverpool. More than 3 rounds of direct discussions took place between Nunez and Al Nassr, as the club was eager to land a top striker for Ronaldo's partnership. They were also planning to add another winger in the summer transfer window. Despite the momentum, the deal ultimately fell through, not because of financial disagreements. The second bid was close to Liverpool's valuation of Nunez, but because Liverpool couldn't find a suitable replacement for him in the January market, a notoriously tricky time to make key signings. Liverpool's reluctance to part with Nunez mid-season stemmed from the difficulty in replacing such a vital player in a limited time, especially with no immediate options available on their shortlist. Like Arsenal's struggles in finding a proper number 9, Liverpool chose not to gamble with an uncertain striker and risk overpaying at the last minute. Liverpool management, under Arne Slot, sees this season as a crucial opportunity to compete for the Premier League and make an impact in the Champions League. Selling Nunez in January could jeopardise that, and the club prefers to reassess the squad in the summer. In the end, Al Nassr moved on and secured John Duran for €85 million, the same package they had hoped to offer for Nunez. Despite the push, Liverpool held firm and said no. This shows the Nunez interest was real and could have led to a huge pay packet for the Reds. We will just have to see if the Saudi club come back in for the forward in the summer. In other news, Jamie Carragher and Paul Scholes both expressed their confusion at Newcastle striker Alexander Isak links with Arsenal, touting Liverpool as more realistic. Isak is becoming the most coveted centre-forward in Europe in a campaign that has seen him score 19 goals in 28 games so far for Newcastle. There is a confidence among many Arsenal fans that, given Mikel Arteta's appreciation of the Swede, he is almost nailed on as a signing for the Gunners in the summer. But reacting to this narrative in an appearance on Sky Sports The Overlap, Carragher insisted that Isak would surely pick Liverpool if the two sides were vying for his signature. There's a lot of talk about Isak, he said. There's almost this feeling like Arsenal are going to sign him, or Arsenal need to sign him. Are you looking at that as an Arsenal fan and thinking that's realistic, that you can just go and buy Isak from Newcastle? He's got 3 or 4 years left on his contract. There's no talk about Liverpool getting him. I don't understand where all this Arsenal talk comes from. Liverpool need a one as well, and if Liverpool win the league, if he was to go, surely you'd pick the team who'd won the league. Maybe it's me seeing it on social media, but joining Arsenal, that's not realistic, is it? Joining Carragher on the panel in front of a number of high-profile supporters, ex-Man United midfielder Scholes agreed and argued that Isak has to go bigger and better than Arsenal. Everyone loves him, he responded when put to him that Arteta is a firm admirer. I don't see a possibility of him going to Arsenal. I think he has to go to bigger and better. I think you're talking Real Madrid's here, Liverpool need a centre-forward. I think Arsenal will be an option, but I think they'll be down the list as an option. There have been muted claims of interest in Isak from the decision-makers at Anfield, and given the uncertainty over all three of Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez, and Diogo Jota, it is widely accepted that Liverpool will need a new number 9. Whether they would enter the market for a player of Isak's profile, with Carragher suggesting he would go for upwards of £100 million, is up for debate. But his and Scholes' stance on the almost arrogance from North London when it comes to interest in Isak is valid. If they win the Premier League, Liverpool could become the destination again. Isak almost seems like a dream signing, but when you really stop and think about it, it could be a signing that actually makes a bit of sense. Liverpool need a number 9 as things stand. Who better to go after than the most complete forward in the league, maybe even in the world? Secondly, Salah and Nunez currently have incredibly uncertain futures. In the shocking event that we lose Salah if the worst is to come, that's a huge wage off the bill for one, freeing up space for someone like Isak, but it's also Liverpool missing out on 25 to 30 goals next season, which is a target Isak is in the realm of achieving in a poorer team. If Nunez leaves, as mentioned in the previous story, Al Nassr were incredibly close to signing him for around 75 million. Isak won't cost substantially much more than that. Newcastle claim to be demanding 100 million plus, but they're in a financial mess currently with PSR rules, so they have to sell before they buy, something their fans can't accept. So in an ideal scenario, we sell Nunez for close to what we bought him for, we keep Salah, then we buy Isak. But what do you think? Let me know down below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on today's video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.